This isn't about a book. This is about a tragedy. What happened this past weekend in Texas Hill Country is heartbreaking. Before I say anything else, let me be clear. If you're here to make this political, see yourself out of my comments. This isn't about politics. It's about the loss of life, innocent lives, including children who just wanted to enjoy summer camp. Now, there's a narrative going around that no one was warned, that no one was prepared. That's simply false. If you choose to stay uninformed, that's on you, not on the people who worked around the clock to issue warnings. Let's start with the facts. Flash flooding in Texas Hill Country is not rare. The ground is made of limestone and rocky soil. It doesn't absorb water well. And steep hills and narrow canyons add to that. And you've got a recipe for fast, violent floods. We've seen it before. 1978, 1998, 2002. Places like Caryville and the Guadalupe River have a long history of flooding. Now let's talk about the meteorologist. The National Weather Service in Austin, San Antonio, had 5 meteorologists on duty, more than double the norm, because they knew this was coming. A flash flood watch was issued Thursday afternoon. It warned of over 10 inches of rain, specifically naming rivers like the Guadalupe. Then at 11:13 a.m. Friday, a flash flood warning was issued, over 3 hours before the river began to rise. That's not failure. That's preparedness. Yes, it was the middle of the night. And yes, cell service is almost non-existent in those camps. I know this. Which is exactly why things need to change. Every camp near a river or a creek should be required to have a NOAA weather radio. They don't need internet or cell service. They're loud. They work during power outages. They save lives. We also need automatic flood sirens, like tornado sirens. If the river levels reach a critical point, they should trigger loud local alerts. Hell, we have the technology. We just need the will to use it. Now about the storm itself. A tropical system, Barry, moving through Mexico earlier in the week, installed over central Texas. Mixed with Gulf moisture, it dumped rain across Austin, New Braunfels, San Marcos for nearly 48 hours. It was the perfect storm. And though you can't always prepare for worst case scenarios, warnings were issued. Let's also remember the human side of this. There are meteorologists who did everything right and still wonder what more they could have said. There are families who found their children alive and carry the guilt of knowing others didn't. There are first responders still searching, still hoping, still praying. And there are families who may never get full closure. So before you post, blame, or politicize, pause. This is a tragedy. Let it remain a tragedy. not a platform for outrage or agendas. Let's ask better questions. How do we fund weather radios for every camp in America? How do we install sensor-triggered flood sirens in vulnerable areas? How do we make sure places without cell service still get warnings? And above all, let's pray. Pray for the Texas Hill Country. Pray for the families grieving and waiting. Pray for the meteorologists and the first responders still carrying the weight of it all. Because when we lose lives like this, especially the lives of children, our only right response is compassion. Thanks for stopping by.